CoryxKenshin, the black man who terrified YouTube.
All these years, YouTube, all this time that I've put into your platform, I thought that it would be worth just a little bit of respect. Just a micron of communication should you have a problem with me. You guys either play favorites, you are racist, or it's a mix of the two.
I want to say something, but I'm gonna hold it. I'm just letting him finish.
Which one is it? Here's my proof. I feel I've been mistreated for a long time. I mean, even when we hit 10 million subscribers and I was supposed to get my diamond play button and there was no correspondence.
For a long time, people brushed off CoryxKenshin's issues with YouTube as just another creator complaining about moderation, until Cory started showing evidence that made the entire situation way harder to ignore. What made his case hit differently was that he was pointing it directly at something a lot of black creators on the platform have felt for years, that YouTube's rules don't always get enforced equally. Cory didn't just accuse the platform of favoritism and possible racism either, he actually backed it up by showing his videos getting punished while other creators uploading nearly identical content stayed completely untouched. And once people saw that happen in real time, the entire conversation around YouTube got a lot more serious. The whole controversy started around a horror game called The Mortuary Assistant. Cory uploaded gameplay of it, and the video exploded. It hit #1 trending on YouTube, which honestly wasn't even surprising for him at that point because Cory had built one of the most loyal fan bases on the platform. The guy could disappear for months, upload one random horror game, and instantly pull millions of views like nothing happened. But right after the video started doing insanely well, YouTube suddenly age restricted it.
August 18th, I uploaded The Mortuary Assistant. A lot of you would know it got age restricted because the following video I did, I let you guys know it got age restricted. YouTube didn't tell me why. I saw that all these other YouTubers were playing The Mortuary Assistant and only my video seemed to be age restricted. And I looked for like an hour, 2 hours. I was scrolling all different types of people's video. No one else's was age restricted.
That alone already annoyed people because the restriction.
I've seen so many people play that game. That's kind of an interesting thing. Like, why only him?
Basically kills momentum. A video getting age restricted means it gets recommended less. Fewer people see it, advertisers get weird about it, and growth slows down immediately. It's basically YouTube quietly putting your video in timeout. So Cory appealed it because he genuinely didn't understand what rule he broke. According to him, YouTube rejected the appeal and refused to explain why the restriction even happened.
So I appealed the restriction. Hey guys, I'm not sure why mine got age restricted. Could you look into this? Appeal rejected. They doubled down. The policy team said, no, Cory, your video is restricted for good reason. We're not going to tell you why, but it's restricted. That's our final decision.
That's where things started getting suspicious because Cory then went searching through YouTube and found tons of other creators playing the exact same game with the exact same scenes, still fully monetized and unrestricted. And the biggest comparison point was Markiplier. Now this is where people started paying attention because Markiplier wasn't some tiny creator YouTube accidentally overlooked. He's one of the biggest gaming creators on the entire platform. Cory pointed out that Markiplier's gameplay included the same scenes YouTube supposedly punished Cory for, but Mark's video had no restriction at all.
So I go to Markiplier's Mortuary Assistant Part 3, and he had the same situation going on, and his video wasn't age restricted. So I send the video to my YouTube rep. I say, hey, Markiplier has this situation in his video, but his isn't age restricted.
Cory even said he used Markiplier specifically because he was another massive creator and because, in Cory's words, you're not black. That line immediately changed the entire conversation around the situation. Suddenly this wasn't just about unfair moderation anymore. Cory was openly questioning whether race played a role in how YouTube enforces policies. And honestly, the reason the accusation got so much traction was because YouTube's response somehow made the whole thing look worse. After Cory sent examples of Markiplier's unrestricted video to YouTube's representative, YouTube quietly removed the age restriction from Cory's upload. Now at first glance you think that's
kind of crazy. It's like instead of taking his video down, they lifted the restriction. That's very suspicious. Now I don't know if any race had any play in it, but it kind of looks like that.
Would solve the issue. Problem fixed, right?
They came back and they removed my age restriction. They took it off after they already rejected my appeal.
except it actually proved Cory's point. Because if his video was supposedly violating policy badly enough to deserve an age restriction, why did they suddenly reverse the decision after being shown another creator doing the exact same thing? It made it look like the original restriction never made sense to begin with. Cory started asking questions that YouTube never really answered properly. Was the restriction automated? Was it a human reviewer? Who reviewed the appeal? Why did they reject it at first? Why did it take Markiplier's video to prove Cory was innocent?
Now my YouTube rep, he was excited. He was, oh great, this is awesome. Look, Cory, they took the age restriction off. I said, why? I expected them to triple down and give Markiplier an age restriction too. But they looked at Mark's video and they used that to verify my innocence.
And then somehow the situation got even messier. A couple days later, YouTube age restricted both videos.
They re-age restricted the video. They re-age restricted the video. I say, no way did they do that. I go to Markiplier's video now, and now his video is age restricted. They got caught with their pants down. They got called out, and then they had to go back and say, oh, whoa, okay. We see the narrative that he's kind of pushing here. We need to take some steps back. We need to just age restrict them both and be done with it. You thought that I wasn't gonna like talk about this, make a video about it? You realize how bad this looks for you, YouTube. You realize how unfair this comes across. I, in all my years, have never seen a video get age restricted, de-age restricted, and then age restricted again. Have any of you ever seen that happen before? They saw that I saw that there was some unfair stuff going on, so then they tried to appease me by de-age restricting the video. I say, wait, why are you doing that? Because I sent Markiplier's clip. And then they say, oh, okay, well, let's just age restrict them both.
That part completely exploded online because people immediately saw it as YouTube trying to cover themselves after getting called out publicly. Cory basically said it looked like YouTube got caught being inconsistent, panicked after the racism accusations started spreading, and decided the easiest solution was to restrict both creators equally afterward. The problem was that it made the entire moderation process look unbelievably shady. Cory even pointed out how bizarre it was for a video to get restricted, unrestricted, then restricted again. Most creators had literally never seen anything like that happen before. And once Cory started talking more, people realized this wasn't even a one-time issue for him. He explained that situations like this always seemed to happen whenever his channel started gaining massive traction. Every time he hit #1 trending, every time subscriber growth spiked, every time a video started going crazy, suddenly YouTube would find some old issue, hit him with restrictions, or create some kind of problem. Cory said it constantly felt like the platform was searching for reasons to slow him down whenever he got too big.
Why are they prejudiced of skin color or race or groups of minorities because of the stigmas around them? If that's the case, like, that's not a good sign for me. Like, I might as well just stop this whole career, you know what I'm saying? And just like give up, because if that's the case, I'm not going nowhere. If they doing it to him, how much more me?
Why is my channel so much more heavily scrutinized than my peers? My peers, and when I say peers, I mean people around my level, around my view count. Just to keep it simple, why is my channel so much more thoroughly scrutinized? Especially so when I've been #1 trending multiple days in a row, which I've done multiple times. And every single time I start to get an uptick in traction, an uptick in activity, here comes YouTube coming through. Hey, let's get him for that video from 2019. Yeah, you see this, Cory? No, this is bad. It wasn't bad the 9 months that I was off the platform. It was only bad when I got back and I was #1 trending.
You know why I think that he might have a point? I feel like there might be actually a prejudice against him. And the reason being I say this is because when you think about advertisement and the people that advertises him, they don't really want minorities to be the guy. Like they want the white guys. You know what I'm saying? The people that are not minorities, like the people that could like be at the top representing, and like in their minds on a business side, they will think like when it comes to advertisements, like minorities don't shine. Like they let's just be honest, they don't. They'll take your money, but they don't want it. They don't want YouTube. The bottom line is this. They don't want YouTube to be like run by black guy or like trending. Oh, this black guy. Like it's a bad look on YouTube on their side. This is my inclination of what they're thinking of why they want to demonetize him.
This situation was only bad because I've been #1 trending since I got back. Every other YouTuber has uploaded the mortuary assistant. And now they're about to start putting in some age restrictions because I called them out on some unfair behavior. Now I realize that when you call someone a racist, that's a very, very serious accusation. And for that matter, how do you expressly prove that someone is a racist? I mean, unless they're spamming the N-word in the chat. How do you really know? And admittedly, I cannot 100% prove that race had everything to do with this. But I can tell you the people on that policy team, those shadow people that are anonymous and get to enact their will however they see fit. How can we be sure that they take a black person's video and a white person's video, and it can be the same exact video, and they restrict the black person's video, but not the white person's video? I feel I've been mistreated for a long time. I mean, even when we hit 10 million subscribers and I was supposed to get my diamond play button and there was no correspondence.
And honestly, a lot of creators related to that immediately because it's a pattern people say they've experienced themselves too. A video starts gaining real traction and suddenly, boom, it's ads limited. Boom, a warning shows up, and the next day, you've got a strike right after.
I'm #1 trending for a few days, and then they find some arbitrary issue. They nitpick and they try and find something that they can incriminate me for and try to push me down. You don't believe me? What happened the last time I came back and I was #1 trending for like a week? They copyright struck me for a video that was in 2019 or something like that.
Now, obviously, accusing a company as massive as YouTube of racism is a huge deal. Even Cory acknowledged that. He repeatedly said that if he was wrong, he'd publicly apologize. But he also explained why the situation felt impossible to ignore from his perspective. When two creators upload nearly identical content and only the black creator gets punished initially, people are naturally going to ask questions, especially because Cory's content was known for being incredibly advertiser friendly already. That became another huge point in the discussion. Other creators started defending him because Cory wasn't exactly known for edgy content. The guy literally censored cuss words inside the games he played. Meanwhile, tons of other gaming creators were swearing constantly, making more graphic jokes, or uploading way harsher content while facing fewer issues. And honestly, I get why he did it. I've dealt with similar problems myself. Y'all keep asking why I censor cusses and all those words. Well, there you see it now. This is the reason, because at the end of the day, I need to pay bills. Even some creators like Moist Critical talked about how strange the situation looked.
Obviously, you can see the problem here. They're not enforcing their rules equally across the platform, and they're just not enforcing them properly at all. There was no reason that video should have ever resulted in a strike by any stretch of imagination. I can understand the algorithm having a bit of a oopsie, a little boo-boo there, and mistaking a fake comical road rage for a real incident, but the appeal process is supposed to come in there where a human being looks at it and within 3 seconds should be like, oh, this is clearly a joke.
On the other hand, Jacksepticeye specifically pointed out how terrifying YouTube moderation can be for smaller creators who don't even have a YouTube representative to contact, because Cory at least had somebody he could email. Most creators just get automated responses and silence.
Also, CoryxKenshin's back. Well, I don't know if he's back, but he posted a new video, and I'm very excited about that. I messaged him immediately. He broke the view count on YouTube. I haven't seen that in so long. Yeah, 9.2 million views in 23 hours.
That's honestly one of the scariest parts about the whole thing. YouTube has become people's careers, not hobbies, full careers. Entire livelihoods depend on whether some invisible moderation system suddenly decides that your content is acceptable today. One wrong flag can completely destroy momentum you spent years building. And the video also talked about how this problem seems to have gotten even worse recently. Now, creators aren't just getting individual videos age restricted. Entire channels are getting demonetized without warning. That means every video on the channel suddenly stops making money altogether. For full-time creators, that's basically equivalent to waking up and finding out your employer locked you out of the building overnight. One example is a creator named Curse, who reportedly got demonetized for inauthentic content. The issue was that people could clearly tell his videos weren't AI-generated spam. He used his real voice, appeared on camera, edited his content himself, and still got hit anyway. Another detail people started bringing up was the fact that Curse is also black, which only made the comparisons to CoryxKenshin's situation even more uncomfortable for a lot of viewers, especially because both situations involved black creators being heavily punished by YouTube systems, despite many people feeling the enforcement either made no sense or was far harsher than what other creators typically deal with.
I might be cooked, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going anyway.
That's what's making so many creators nervous lately. YouTube systems are becoming increasingly automated, but automation also means mistakes scale way faster. If an algorithm incorrectly flags one creator, it can accidentally wipe out someone's income before a human even reviews the situation. And unfortunately, YouTube moderation has always had this frustratingly mysterious feeling about it. Nobody fully understands what triggers certain punishments, while other creators seem completely unaffected for doing similar things. It creates this atmosphere where creators constantly feel paranoid, like they're one random review away from disaster. That's partly why Cory's video resonated so hard with people. Even creators who didn't necessarily agree with the racism accusation still understood the larger issue he was talking about. The inconsistency itself was undeniable, because at the end of the day, most creators can accept rules if the rules are applied equally. What drives people insane is inconsistency. If everyone gets punished for something, fine, at least it's fair. But when enforcement changes depending on the creator's color, audience, or situation, trust completely disappears. And honestly, YouTube already had a reputation for favoritism long before this controversy happened. People constantly accuse the platform of protecting bigger creators, giving special treatment to mainstream channels, or selectively enforcing guidelines depending on public backlash. Cory's situation just became one of the clearest examples people could point to.
Now, before getting into the specifics of the situation, I'd like to say I think most people have been aware of favoritism on YouTube for quite a while. You know, it's not exactly like the Krabby Patty secret formula. It's not hush hush. I think everyone has recognized that there is some level of favoritism on the platform.
The whole thing also hit harder because Cory himself had a pretty positive reputation online. He wasn't known for constant drama or controversy farming. He mostly uploaded horror games, goofy edits, and funny reactions. So when someone like that suddenly uploads an emotional video questioning whether the platform is targeting them unfairly, people pay attention. There was also something genuinely sad about hearing Cory talk about how much work he put into building his channel. He talked about spending over a decade creating content, growing his community from nothing, and wanting the platform to simply treat everybody equally. He wasn't even saying he should never be punished.
No, all I'm saying is this. I'm glad he's spearheading in this, because, hey, somebody gotta do it. Somebody gotta say it. Somebody gotta let it happen. Because I'm nowhere near Cory's stature in popularity and all of that. Nor will I probably never be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I will. I'm glad he's taking most of the brute force, and like he can spearhead it for us, like smaller creators like me, to keep going. You know what I'm saying? With that, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I have a lot to think about.